Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to That Podcast on YouTube. Third time's a charm on this now. This is going to be, there might be some stuff that's been shown before because I don't exactly remember what this is. I've been doing my comic haul videos. Y'all know me. Hold on, I got to sneeze. Shit, it won't come out. I love my comics. Been reading comics since hell, get my age away here. I'll give away over 40 years now. So usually once a month I either hit the comic shop we have here in town and hit their cheap bins. Or if I'm not there, I have a friend of mine, usually him and I will go every few months up to this place called Comic Commander up in Ridgeland. Great store. Love the store. Or I do an online order at my comic shop. Comicshop.com. Check them out. Great prices and all that. Well, I have filmed this video twice. And both times something happened. First time I'm halfway through and I get interrupted and I lost the footage. Second time I had footage, it was on my laptop. I hadn't converted it. Because I filmed this at full HD and drop it down a step so it's easier to upload. And my laptop died. It went into the shop. They had to wipe the hard drive, reinstall the OS. So I'm like, motherfucker. I do know one comic is missing from this stack. If you go, by the time this is up, I'll have a video called my Cat and Mouse comic collection. One of the issues in there came from this, but I'm going to go through this real quick. And like I said, some of this, it might be because this first stack of stuff, I'm not sure which ones I got when. Video Watchdog. Y'all know me. I love me some magazines. I love Video Watchdog. I've gotten 10 issues in. Every one of these has come from my comic shop. 2 orders. So I'll show them real quick. I got issue 23 with a nice Orson Welles cover. Issue 24, that's Barber Steel. Issue 36, David Cronenberg. This is one I had before. This is when I subscribed to Video Watchdog like 3 different times. One of them I got my subscription. This is issue 44. It's a Weird World of Uli Lomel, Invasion of the Gordas. Great issue. Issue 47. I think that might have been one I picked up on the newsstand, the one before. That's Starship Troopers. Age-52, I know I got this on subscription, but I don't have my copy anymore. This is Stanley Kubrick. Issue 69, X-Men, Fulci, Pitch Black, The Witch Horror. Issue 102, The Outer Limits, The Incredible Hulk, House of Wax, The Howling, The Ghoul, and El Santo. Issue 106. Alien Quadrology, 32 and 41, Jekyll and Hyde, Harry Potter, The Hunting Kills, and the newest one in the stack, issue 108, Polanski on DVD, Matrix Reload, Dawn of the Dead 5.1. There'll be videos on all of them, y'all know that. I love me some Video Watchdog. That's one of the things when I first discovered the mag, oh God, how many years ago was that now? It was a long time ago when I discovered that magazine. Been a little bit. Now, I hopefully will remember which of these came from my comic shop and which ones I got out Comic Commander. So I'm just going to grab a stack off the top here to go through them. Are the cat and mouses or anything like that? I did not put them in here. That can be removed. Sorry about that. I just woke up and got the house myself, so I'm going to sit down and do this. This first big stack here. Alright. I know this is from my comic shop because I didn't get any trades at Comic Con. Megaton Man, this is what iBooks reprints first, like 4 or 5 issues of Megaton Man through 2004. As you can see, I'm partial way through. Megaton Man, Don Simpson book. I really believe it's what inspired the Tick. Another one from my comic shop. This is Death Defying Devil. This is the Golden Age Daredevil that most people don't seem to remember. He was carried around boomerang, had kid sidekicks, and all that goofy stuff. And Dynamite revived a bunch of those old public domain characters, had Albatross redesign them, and created a series called Project Superpowers, which had 2 great miniseries, a couple little spin-offs, and then it just kind of faded away. And they brought it back recently. I've not read the newest, but really good stuff, easy to find, cheap. Now this I know came from Comic Commander. This is Escape from Alcatraz, the Dummy Head Breakout. It just caught my eye. This is a don't know who printed this. It just looked neat. I never even heard of it. Free speeches from Money Press. There's a bunch of different speeches given to retailers and stuff like that. And the money for the original sales from all this went to benefit the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. Okay, I know this came from my comic shop. This is Vengeance of Vampirella Bloodshed Trade. Nice buzz cover. Another one from my comic shop. The Four-Fisted Misadventures of Tug and Buster by Mark Hemphill. How many people remember this? It's like he had his own little company for a short while, published like 4 or 5 issues. It was really good. Then it went to Image and like 1 issue came out. I discovered it right before I went to Image, picked up all the issues from my local comic shop. Lynn's Comics was the name of it when I was living out in Texas. I've heard it got bought up. The new owners, I've been told they moved the shop, but I know they renamed it. I don't know what they call it now. But it was a great comic shop. Comics Now, issue 2. If y'all listen to the Comic Geek Street podcast, this is the magazine they tried doing. Trying to cover like modern comics, like from 80s up. They weren't paying anybody, which people knew in advance they weren't going to get paid. 2 or 3 issues came out, never on time. I'm trying to get a full run. I had issue 1. Okay, this is kind of neat. Sentai's issue 1 and 4. I have issue 2, which is technically considered the first appearance in comics of Power Rangers. And people are, I see on the CGC boards, people are trying to push it and get it graded. Oh my God, it's going to be a 4 for 4, which I hate that shit. I hate that, oh, well, the first appearance of Spawn's actually this ad and this one comic. No, motherfucker. I was like, I saw somebody one time trying to sell a copy of, it had to be previews. It was the previews that had the first like page of art from Walking Dead #1 in it. Oh, first person Walking Dead. No, it's not. It's a fucking catalog. I like Sentai. It covers, live action, Asian sci-fi and fantasy. This is a Godzilla issue. It's an Ultraman issue. Cody, if you're watching, which I don't think you watch my comic stuff, cool. The Godzilla issue is coming your way once I get it read, dude. I picked it up cheap and just wanted to read it. I want to say this actually came from the local comic shop when I went in there a few weeks back. It's a Phantom Stranger issue. It's really beat up, but I like the Dead Man cover, and I thought nobody's gonna buy this. Okay. We got, my buddy Chris Page's favorite band of all time, New Kids on the Block. Rock and Roll Comics issue 12. I've done a video on that. I don't know if it's up yet. Got a stack, I'm not crying all of Liberty Meadows issues. I love this. Frank chose Liberty Meadows, a comic strip, and then ended up becoming, a comic book because you're just getting censored too much on the comic strip. I hate that there's no numbers on the covers. Oh, it's on the back cover. Issue 9. Issue 12. Love that K9 cover. Issue 14. Issue 16. Issue 18. Issue 19. The Wedded album. I've been working on and now have a close to complete run of Now Comics Green Hornet series. This is issue 6 and 7 of the first run. Really gorgeous covers. And then issue 5, this is the second run. Those are actually kind of hard to find, and I'm shocked that they've never been reprinted. Like, Green Hornet's got enough demand. I mean, Dynamite's put out how many series, but there's never been a reprint of the series. No collections or nothing. Now, one thing I'm going to point out, I did get an order recently with New Kids on the Block, amen, from my comic shop where a lot of stuff I'm just not going to show it. I am trying to get a full run of London Night Studio stuff. Back in like November, December, I went to Comic Commander, picked up 2 issues of Razor Archives, and read them like, holy fuck, I forgot how much. It's not great, but it's fun. So like, this stuff, I can find the cheap, ends up finding cheap. Well, I ordered a bunch of them, a bunch of their stuff, and the covers, I just can't show them on YouTube. Sorry. I am planning on taking those comics, doing a video about them, and putting them up on my blog, which is doubletesblogreviews.blogspot.com. Because there's nudity on the covers and stuff like that, but yeah, it's Razor. Razor's pretty cool. And this is what I hate. I got 2 issues of Reset by Peter Bagge, issue 1 and issue 3. One of the books I got in was in a resealable bag, and I didn't realize that. It caught the cover, but it's Peter Bagge, so I'm going to pick it up. I love me some Peter Bagge. This is a series. Anytime I find issues that cheap, man, I rescue them. 1963. If you watch Cartoonist Kayfabe, the issue recently did covered every issue. This is personally my favorite, book 4. But I love every issue. And that one, I got a full run somewhere. That was going to somebody. I grabbed this just because it's Richard Corbin. It's the first issue of 5. You know, it's a $4 comic. I got it for cheap. It's Richard Corbin. Look at that gorgeous cover. Okay, this one here, I grabbed both of these because I'd never heard of this series. I got issues 1 and 2. This is the Fashion Police. Good art on the covers, and they're all signed. And I flipped through them. They look fairly interesting. There's 3 issues total, but I'm not seeing proof that the 3rd one actually came out. Oh, I love this Liberty Meadows cover. This is issue 4. That's probably a reprint. Okay. Where's that? Shit. Okay, I know I got. Okay, I don't know. I did a video on these. This is Dungeoneers 1, 2, and 3. I have issue 1 somewhere. This is Silverwolf, best known for grips, and because they, kind of got Tim Vigil started. This is their D&D book. Lot of independent companies back in the day, when the black and white boom was happening. I'm gonna move these comics out of the way because they're blocking the light a little bit. Would do a D&D book basically. They took somebody who had a D&D run they'd done, and they just made them comic. This one is a blast. Like, see, this guy looks like a disco hippie. He's like their monk. There's their wizard. Of course, they got a dwarf, they got a warrior woman, they got this werewolf guy. There's 4 issues. I've read the first 3. The first 2 are really good. This 3rd one kind of janky, but hey, that happens. I need to get the 4th one. Anytime I find Madman comics in the cheap ones, I grab them because they're out of print. The trades are out of print as far as I know, and they actually have a little value, and I enjoy them. I like Mike Allred's work. Vanguard Illustrated. I'm trying to get a full run of Pacific Comics, and this is one of them. Gorgeous art. Anthology, sci-fi anthology. Another one, Destructor #2. Anytime I find Atlas books in the cheap bins for $1 or less, I grab them. I'm trying to get an Atlas. If y'all don't know, Atlas Seaboard was created by a couple people that left Marvel, and they were trying to challenge Marvel. This is in 75. Wow. And this one has, this gorgeous cover should clue you in, but Steve Ditko does the pencils, and Wally Wood is the inks. This just looked badass. This is Keyline Books, which I think is like a division of, shit, I can't remember now. But it's another fantasy-inspired, I think this is like Caliber. A really good black and white art, fantasy-inspired book. Thought the art looked pretty good. I was like, I'll take a chance. Two issues 3 and 4 of Give Me Liberty by Frank Miller and Dave Gibb. Another back issue. No, do y'all see that? Look at that. Issue 4. I don't know how issue 4 is slightly taller. Okay. Another one where this was in the cheap bins at Comic Commander. I was like, oh. People are going to grab the trade. I love this series. I don't have all of them. It's Martha Washington. Frank Miller. Yes, I know a lot of people hate Frank Miller, and I understand. My whole thing is the stuff you're bitching about Frank Miller's work has always been there pretty much. Besides, Holy Terror. Some stuff Holy Terror, yeah, Frank, tragic events happen. People sometimes lose perspective. Look back at, World War II, the Japanese were our enemies and we wanted to kill them motherfuckers, and now, they're our friends. Hell, I'm filming this using stuff that, was invented by the Japanese, all these microprocessors, all this shit, they invented it. I love Frank Miller, one of my favorite writers. Decent artist, too. Early X-Mutants, issue 2. This is, remember, this is early Ron Lim. Yeah, Ron Lim. Cool art. Another series I'm trying to get a full run. This, I forgot about this. This is Epic Anthology, issue 1 of 4. But it's got Hellraiser, Stalkers, and Wild Cards. Wild Cards, of course, based on the novels, which, why has there not been with all, HBO, we're going to adapt all these books, Game of Thrones. Why hasn't Wild Cards been made into a TV series? There's so much they could do with that. And Hellraiser. That's a Hellraiser cover. Recently, I found that I had Elementals, the 3rd volume, issue 1, so I picked this up. And I found this. This is actually issue 2 Okay, no, that's what this is. The second run, the third run, issue 2. This is issue 1, volume 1, issue 2 of How the War Was Won. This is after Bill Willingham's on this. He isn't on this. Elementals, 80 series, kind of forgotten now. And speaking of, I was talking about the London Night Studio. We got issues 5, 7, and 8 of Ultimate Strike. And I have another one I just can't show because of the cover. Razor Uncut, issue 40. Miss Cyanide and Ice, issue 1 from Black Eye, another Bad Girl book. That's something. Okay, it's not in here, I don't think. I have an issue of Faust 777, the rank issue 0 that I picked up at Comic Commander because I never see Faust anywhere. And the owner, when he says, like, oh, was that like in the normal bins? I'm like, yeah, he goes, oh, thank you. And some kid had saw it. It's Faust. Couple more Green Hornet issues, issue 4 and issue 13. These always had great covers and good interior. This just got picked up because it's a full run. I've never heard it. It's a Fantagraphics book called Groot Lore 1 and 2. I thought the covers looked cool. Warp Graphics Annual number 1. This is from shit. Give me a second. I'm drawing a blank and I don't know why. Wyndham and Richie Pini. They did. They're best known for ElfQuest, but also original run The Distant Soul was slowed down and stuff happened. And I'd never seen this. And one of the first indie comics I ever remember picking up had Captain Obese in it. Like, first real indie. I mean, to me, an indie is something I can't find at the newsstand. So I don't count Archie or Disney or the Gold Key, Whitman, that kind of shit. This I was disappointed. This is the Trilogy Tour book. And it's Charles Vess, who is it? The girl that does Castle Waiting. Linda Medley and Just Smith, and it's not really much to it. I didn't flip through it. I just thought, oh, that looks neat. Silver Storm, number 3 from Silverline. This is the same company that started doing a Cat and Mouse. I thought Silverline was somehow related to Silverwolf. So I grabbed it, and I should have known Rolling Man. But nice cover. Millar World, New Talent Annual 2017. Love me some Evan Dorkin, so found an issue of Dork for next to nothing. Like some Alan Moore. Found me Cinema Purgatorio issue 2. Another Cheap Ben Rescue. Horse, the Lord of Light. That's 1963 issue 5. Oh, okay. I found one of the ones I was just looking for. Still haven't found when I'm... Oh, hey. Didn't know that was in there. Hey, look, another issue of Tales from Beyond. Let's rescue these. Somebody fairly soon is going to get a hole in one of the new crates. I guess going to get a hole in the 1963 and be like, what's this? And here's the weird thing. Now, locally, these are all over in the cheap bins. Like any comic shop I go to, you're going to find a couple issues in cheap bins. Usually it seems like the first 3 issues are the easiest to find. But I think by issue 4 or 5, the print run went down. Looking online, these are like $5 comics, $5, $6 comics. I'm like, really? Wow. Now, that could be what Ed Piskor and Jim Rowe refer to as the kayfabe effect. Usually, if they mention a comic on there, people go out and buy it, bumps the prices up. But hey, I got them already. Zen Intergalactic Ninja issue 6. This is one of those just oddities to me. This was a comic that I remember seeing in the catalog. Like Entity Comics published it, and like Archie had a run with it. They had a toy line. I think there was a cartoon. There was a video game. But before it went to, it was kind of on its own. And I never read it. That don't look good to me. Well, then, quite a few years ago, oh God, 2000 and wow, right at 13 years ago, my dad jumped his sister past my aunt. I went down first services because I was going to be a pallbearer. And I got there early, of course. I'm kind of known for being early. And one of my cousins, who's not that far in age from me, he's about 10 years older than me. We kind of were real close when we were younger, and we kind of grew apart. When the 90s comic boom happened, he got back into comics and was just spending a pile of money on comics. Well, we're sitting there in the church waiting for the services, everybody's piling in. We're just kind of sitting up there because him and I were both like, yeah, there's a lot of people, members of the family we don't want to talk to. He's like, I said something about, I had a new job. I was doing home health care. He's like, my job basically is I show up at 8 o'clock at night. By 10 o'clock at night, the old dude goes to sleep. I sit there and read. I need more stuff to read. He's like, oh man, I got like 4 long boxes of stuff in the house I've been wanting to get rid of. Nobody wants them because I sold a few, but you know, you want them? I'm like, yeah, I'll give you some. He said, no, they're free. So I got 4 long, now 2 long boxes for value, which got me back into collecting value. But the other one almost a huge run of Zen. And I was like, okay, I'll check out Zen. So I grabbed that. Another issue of Video Watchdog, issue 75, landmark Shadow of the Empire issue. What's going on, Stefan? Look what I got for you, buddy. And it's signed. I got your book, Team Anarchy issue 2. That's right. Team Anarchy, baby. I'm going to put that over. That's special. Robo Hunter number 3 from Eagle Comics. I really enjoy Robo Hunter, Strodium Dog, Rogue Trooper, Slain, Judge. I like a lot of stuff that was in the 80s and 70s, 2080. I was lucky enough, the comic shop I went to when I was younger, the one over in Biloxi, the owner, I don't know if he was originally from the UK, like if he was born over there, if he just spent a lot of time there, he pushed British comics hardcore. That's the first time I remember seeing, I remember him having issues of Warrior. Before Miracle Man was being published in 60, he had issues of Warrior for sale. He's the one that got me into Peter Bag. He got me into a lot of stuff. I realized early on that I was kind of getting burnt out on superhero comics. And that he's like, okay, I want to keep this kid as a customer, and he knew my parents were fairly lenient with the way we read, so he pushed some other stuff on me. I really enjoyed it, so got that. MAAC Vigilante, 759 of 5,000, issue 1, $6.95. Raking and Bacon issue. Look this up, can't find any information about this hardly anywhere. Haven't read it yet, but I was like, it's fine, it was a buck, I'll take a chance. Should be 2 of these. This just got so out of it. Harlan Ellison's Dream Quarterly. Look at that gorgeous ass cover. I like Harlan Ellison. Speaking of Razor Archives, I think I've showed this one before. Razor Archives number 1. And I said Dungeoneers number 1. There was Dungeoneers number 1. One of the back of, the comic boom, you had all these companies just popping about nowhere there. All of them try to have like a gimmick, see, Valiant seeing all their stuff is interconnected, and they were known as a story company. Image, was for the art. Well, this little company started called Triumphant. And their thing was they were the collector's universe. As you can see, this is it. Every issue was serial numbered. 8,820 of 15,000. This issue 10 of Scavengers, so the print runs are way down. I'll be honest, the art on most of these is janky as fuck. Adam Polina does some early art on Chromium Man. Chromium Man's the one I've read the most of. It's really good. It's really good space stuff, like space sci-fi stuff. Haven't read Scavengers yet. I know I've got another issue of this shit. I have to find it. This is Mechanics number 3 of 3. When is this from? 1985. I found this at Comic Commander. Mechanics 3 of 3. It's the Hernandezes. I love the Hernandezes. Madman Picture Exhibition number 2. Just it's a pinup book. And I always like getting these, but my thing is I always want 2 because I always want one to cut up and put stuff on the wall and one to keep in good shape. Okay, I'll see what's up now. Okay, there's the Mechanics. Mechanics issue 2. I got to order issue 1. What's this? Oh, speaking of Miss Mystic. Yeah, Miss Mystic. I like Neil Adams' art. I like whatever continuity. This is the early continuity stuff for his continuity. A continuity might have survived. He could have got shit out on time. One of the first independent superhero books I ever read, I don't know where I got the book from, was one of the Innovations, or it might have been, it was Pied Piper. Hero Alliance. So I've always felt a connection to him. I need to get more issues. And basically it was a superhero title where they showed you what happened between the battles. And it's another one that I'd love a trade of this stuff, but I've never seen one. We got Harlan Ellison's Dream Corridor, issue 1. This is I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream. Okay, this is a very inside joke, but got an issue of Fat Ninja. And notice he's not stabbing trash in the driveway in this one. Karate Mart, baby. Silverwolf number 4. Oh, check this out. The Return of Evil Ed with that nice photo cover of Stephen Jeffries, issue 8 of Fright Night. These two, when the owner saw found these in the cheap, he's like, damn. And I was like, dude, you know, I'll pay you cover price. He's like, no, they're in cheap bins. Issues 19 and 20 of 8 ball, which is getting near the end. They're oversized. Okay, these next few comics I know were my comic shop order. We got Uncensored Mouse. What this is the Floyd Godfredson comic strips from the 30s of Mickey Mouse became public domain. So Eternity's like, we're publishing them. And there's some racist stuff in here. Mickey tries to commit suicide. And Disney tried all they could to keep this from coming out. And one time, this was a hot book because people thought, oh, they ain't going to be able to print many. Disney's going to stop them. They could. I'll show you. Let me see. It's got really nice art. If you like comic strips, but as I said, it's got some racist stuff in here. Look, Mickey pulling a gun. Let me see, where is it? As you can see, back in the day, I used to go to Sincere Comics fairly often. And it was quarter bins. But a couple times a year, they have a sale, they become 10-cent bins. So I grabbed anything that caught my eye. I didn't know at the time I was a huge Steve Gerber fan. I read a bunch of Gerber stuff. But at this, I wasn't paying attention to writers as much as artists. And I found in their Void Indigo issue 2, because I knew this was a epic series where they did a trade paperback, a graphic novel, OGN, and then it became a series, and it upset so many retailers they only did these 2 issues. It got canceled. Well, I don't happen to have a copy of issue 2, so recently, and I did an order for my comic shop, I went ahead and picked up both issues. And then the last comic, Rock and Roll High School, issue 1. Excuse me, most of you out there know the Runs are my favorite band of all time. Been listening to them since the very late 70s. They've been around about 4 years when I discovered them. I love the movie Rock and Roll High School, and I forgot they had a comic. And the Melvins are in it. I don't know how many issues this came out, 3 or 4. But that's my comic haul. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Batman, enjoy it. I'm sorry it took so long. And remember, if you enjoyed it, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. And for comments, what do y'all look for when you're digging in the cheap bins at the comic shop? Do you, like me, try to find stuff that people don't talk about anymore but still good? Do you, what are you looking for? I'm usually looking for, I do a lot of 80s and 90s stuff. What I call 90s glut and 80s black and white boom. That's what they're from. Yeah, that's what I'm usually looking for. And as you can see, that's mostly what I bought here, 80s and 90s. Because, the comic shop, Comic Commander, does have some more recent stuff in it. It's just, and good prices on more recent stuff, For cheap, it's just, I don't know. I connect better with the 80s and 90s stuff because there's so much stuff from there that you never hear anybody talking about. I'm just going to end it. That nice Team Anarchy #2 there. Look at some stuff on. That's coming to you, buddy. Laters.